Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, it's great to see so many people at this hour in the morning doing a marathon, a 5K marathon. I'd just like to thank everyone for taking part, especially Samuel who put everything together. So huge thank you, round of applause please. Of course, you know, Gethin Gyms supports movements like this. It's all about living a healthier and fitter lifestyle. And I'd like to thank Satish and Shrikant for being the proud owners of the very first Gethin Gyms in the world, which is here in Banjara Hills, Hyderabad. So, with support of people like yourselves, hopefully we'll grow stronger and stronger and hold more events like this. And it's all about inspiring people. So all of you inspire each other. You inspire me, Kris, and hopefully we can keep this movement going. I'm not going to bore you with a long speech today, but before I'm going to pass over to Kris, what I will say is that it's very important that we keep this movement going, and we do need your support. So can I see a show of hands if you are on Instagram? Okay, the ones who are not, speak to Santan and his team. They'll probably show you how to log on and create an account. Who's on Twitter?
Everybody is.
There's still 3 or 4 faces that I can see that are not. Again? Deep Reading? Yep, speak to the team. Facebook? Pretty much everybody. So you should all be following Gethin Gyms. You should all be following Gethin Gyms Banjara Hills. Kris Gethin, Kate's Muscle, Satish, and me, maybe, if you want to. And always use the hashtag #TimeToTransform. We will like and share your pictures, and that is what's going to keep this movement going. So I'm going to pass over to Kris, who's going to say a few words, and then I'm going to tell you what we're going to do after that. The hand together for Kris, please.
Thank you. How do you feel after doing this run? You feel great, don't you? Yes. Like I'm sure a lot of you go to bed at night and think, God, I want to hit the snooze button when I wake up. And a lot of you feel like that. A lot of us feel like that every morning. But how much better do you feel now that you fought that snooze button and procrastination and complacency and actually got out and did that run? You feel much better, don't you? Yeah. You feel energized, you feel alert now. And it's still early. Can you imagine if you did something like that every day? I'm not saying you have to do 5Ks, but if you came in, used a treadmill, Stairmaster, did an exercise class, worked out before you go to work, this is how good you can feel every single day. So this is what I always say, get up in the morning, have your AA batteries in the morning, so you can attack the day, you can do more with it. And you've actually done that today. So thank you very much for participating in this event. I can't believe it, because I know in India we have our late nights and we wake up really late in the morning, but you actually fought against that and you got your asses up. So give yourself a round of applause. This is very inspiring. It's extremely inspiring, because you know, we're not all about bodybuilding or anything like that. We're all about building our energy, you know, building the blood flow to our brain, building our bone density, building more confidence. That's what it's all about, and that's exactly what we're doing with this movement. And as Jag mentioned, this is something that we can't do by ourselves. We have to inspire a crowdsource of people in order to do this. And people are going to look upon you and be inspired. If you tell somebody, this is what I did this morning, and this is what you do every morning, they'll learn from that observation and they'll become inspired to do it themselves. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to inspire people around us that we're concerned for, our family, our friends, our work colleagues. Correct? So let's continue this movement. It doesn't always have to be bodybuilding. It can be weightlifting, it can be yoga classes, it can be one of the classes that we have here, the spin classes. It can be anything, as long as we're moving, as long as we're taking care of the bodies that we've been blessed to have. We're able-bodied, let's take advantage of that, okay? Thank you very much for putting this on. I saw you wave the flag this morning for the guys to get out there and do this, and it's fantastic. And you know, doing this in such a short amount of time as well, goes to show you do have the health and the ability to improve. Yeah?
Yes.
So let's continue this movement. Shrikant, how long did it take for you? This morning, 35 minutes. The first time he's ever done a 5K. But it's definitely not going to be the last now, is it? Maybe a couple of times a week? 3 times a week? We'll hold you accountable now. We're putting you on the spot. You better do it now. Are you going to do it?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So we're all going to do this. I'll hand this over to you, now Satish, if you want to say a couple of words. And really, I'm really honoured to be here. And thank you very much for participating in this event. And we'll hold a lot more now.
I think I've spoken up anyway. There's only 2 words I would like to say. When I came from UK, I was thinking that there were so many marathon events that were taking place, but when you kind of look at it in Hyderabad, in India and Hyderabad, there were not many. And then in the last 2-3 years, if I'm not wrong, there's more people are showing interest, more organizations coming to it. People who run, people who are in this circle, they're more disciplined and they're more responsible towards the society, don't you think?
Yes.
I felt that, you know, I mean, people who are from a running club or people who work out regularly, they're more responsible towards the society. Society, what is society? What is it? We are society, aren't we? We're responsible in a way that driving properly, disposing our waste responsibly, respecting our fellow citizens. This is responsibility. Don't you think, who is the regular members of running club here? You can put your hands up. Do you think that your perspective changed towards the society after you kind of went and done that? Do you think? Maybe, yes, no? I feel that when I speak to people who are into these clubs, who people regular workout, they're more disciplined, they're more composed, they're more, people can look at them and learn from them. That's what I noticed, and it's taken up good shape. And in Hyderabad compared to other countries, India is slightly behind when it comes to fitness. Reason why? There are not enough motivators, there are not enough people who are going to educate. And compared to the other parts of the country, Hyderabad is behind. Because I've actually, before I've set up a gym, it was a 2 years process. You know, I mean, I've actually visited, I went to Chennai, I went to Bangalore, I went to Mumbai. If I'm in Mumbai for 3 days, I'll be doing 30 or 40 visits to the gyms. I'll take a good point, I'll take a bad points. Obviously, I've done my homework, and then that's why I've teamed up with one of the best in the world. Why is he best in the world? If you go into the bodybuilding.com, if you go into the page, you would actually not preach. He would actually practice that. He would kind of go through all the programs, and he would transform himself. He's as transformed as millions of other people around the world. He's done it for free. You know, I mean, people would charge, you know, I charge for personal training. People are out there charge because we make a living out there. But what he's done is gone into bodybuilding.com, gone through the videos. He's actually pictured, and to do them, it's not easy. It costs you. It costs the time. It costs the money. You know what I mean? All the arrangements. It's done it for free, and then people out there can easily go in. You all need is a bit of motivation and a bit of internet connection. All right, that's what you need. You go into the bodybuilding.com, and out there, the master himself is done the programs. You got this, your height, your weight. What you're going to do? You want to lose weight. You want to put the muscle. All you have to do is just download it and do it yourself. Why would he do it? Why? There's no point. There's no. What's the right word? There's no need for him to do it, but he's done it. He's still doing it. There's another program coming. There's another program. He's always, you know what I mean? Like me, you know what I mean? If I actually go to Mumbai, let's say I caught a flight at 10 o'clock, and I got there at 11 o'clock, I just say, you know what? I got a flight. I'm too tired. I'm not going to train today. I spot. But he would travel for 48 hours, and he comes straight, and he'd check in, and he'd go to the gym. The other day when I went for the book launch, Transformers, as I promised actually that all the runners going to get, they have a choice of either Transformers or Body by Design. They're going to get it because they're not arrived yet. I promised that they will get that whenever they arrive. Going back to the Transformers, there was a launch on Delhi. Anil Kapoor actually came down to kind of do that honor. I was there and my phone got switched off, and I couldn't. Jag was in the flight, and then Kris was. I don't know if he was in the flight. I couldn't find you, and Kris is here. I don't know which room he stayed. I didn't have his number, so where can I find him? He's just got off the flight. He's in the hotel somewhere. Can't find him. I went to the gym.
He's in the gym.
He was there after 48 hours of journey, and it's straight the same like the other day when he came to Hyderabad. He was in the gym. I wouldn't have done that. I don't think anyone would have done that. So I'm really proud to kind of associated with him, and then hopefully this is our first, and then there's many more should be coming up in the future. And also would like to thank you for your time on a Saturday morning, coming here at 6 o'clock, so you probably have to wake up at 5 or whatever, coming here and put the effort, run for 5K. That's not easy. You know what I mean? It's like being a parent. I can understand that you got kids at home, you got to make some arrangements, waking up early, you got a late night, do whatever, you got to watch your Star Pluses or whatever in the night. So I really appreciate your time, and thank you. And then once again, I'm really proud to be here, standing next to each other and standing in front of you, talking to you. And thank you once again. Thank you.
Right, so before we finish the session, what we're going to do is we will have an opportunity to have a group selfie. So when we finish the next part, which is going to be questions, we're going to have an opportunity for you to ask Kris a question. We'd like you all to just get behind us so we can have one group selfie, which will make sure we post and you can all share and inspire other people to do the same. So have we got another mic, or are you going to shout? Santhan, is there another mic?
There's just one, only one mic.
Okay, I'll just request